Hello everyone, this is Cassandra Herbert and I wanted to get on, wow, I'm doing 2 videos in one day. So excited that I'm able to do this. I'm hoping to do a couple more videos this week because I've been reading the book Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. So this book has been out for years and many people have read it, and I just really felt guided to read it, and I started reading it probably at the end of September or maybe the mid-September, and decided in October to actually start with so you do like 21 days and it's like Gateway Zero, and 21 days is really, it's a journey. That's what I say. So you do 21 days, and those 21 days are about getting up and you're meditating and you're looking, only eating, a vegan diet, and you're taking spiritual baths and you're aware of this. So you do it for 21 days. She actually recommends that you do it with a group of women. I actually did not want to do it with a group of women. I wanted to do it alone because I tend to be a group person and like to do that, and thought if I decided to do it with a group of women, then I would be organizing that and leading that, and I wouldn't feel as much benefit by than doing it by myself. So I did do it for 21 days, and it was just beautiful. So then after that, you go through gateways, and it's gateway 1 through 9. The gateways are like sacred word, food, beauty. Hold on a second. I'm going to read the gateways. Sacred word, sacred food, sacred movement, sacred beauty, sacred space, sacred healing, sacred relationships, sacred union, and then the sacred lotus initiation. Oh, aren't those beautiful? And Gateway Zero was the sacred womb, so it was all about healing your womb. So her recommendation is that you go through the gateways. Look at that. Oh. And, like you do that for 21 days, and then you do 7 days of Gateway 1 and 7 days of Gateway 2. Anyway, if you feel like you need to stay on a gateway, that's okay too. So I've been on Gateway 1, Sacred Words, for the last 11 days. I'm probably going to be on it for another 11 days. And the reason being is because, you know what? This is all about like the thoughts, our thoughts create our emotions, create our reality, create our life. Like what I think is what's going to happen. So this is so powerful because this is about sacred words. So what words am I having in my mind about my life, about my relationships, about my career, about my business, about my relationship with money, all those things. Like, what is that? My relationship with God. What are those thoughts? And so I've done that before, where I kind of looked at what are the thoughts that I am having? Why am I having them? And my thoughts tend to be on planning and overwhelm and anxiety of what's on my to-do list. I mean, when I stop and meditate, I'm always thinking, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. And that's typical for us busy professional real life superwomen, right? That's what we're always doing, thinking about what we've got to do. And then we get anxious because of time. So I've been working on this, and I'm going to tell you, so she recommends that you get up between 4 and 6 a.m. each morning. She also recommends that you have an altar, which I do. I will show you my altar. Okay, can you see? Okay, there we go. I'll move that. All right. So see, I got a candle. I got essential oils, a moonstone, dried roses, a blue candle. I'll tell you why that. I got sage. I got my crystals, all of that. Oops, you probably can't see. Anyway, I'll have to do that one day on telling you about my altar. And it's really just about putting those things up there so that when I come in, I sit down on my little mat and I meditate. But anyway, she talks about getting up at between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I think I got up once at 4:30. That was challenging, but I do get up early so that I can go through these rituals every day, which is you can take a spiritual bath. I don't do that every day, the spiritual bath. Then you do like an opening prayer. Then you do another prayer. Then you do a chant. Then you do fire breaths, where you go. So I'm up to 100 because you go up to 100 with each gateway. So by gateway 9, I'll be up to doing like 1,000. Yes. Very clearing, very powerful breaths. And then you do your meditation. So I actually listen to my Calm app and do my meditation. Then you drink herbal tea. You can take flower essence. I drink my water and my lemon in the morning. And then you do journal writing, which has been very instrumental because actually I don't do my journal writing at night. Like I do it in the morning. And what I have found with this journey, like I said, is just the words that I say and the stuff that's coming up. And it's really about, I have found that some things that I'm resistant to, sometimes that I'm resistant and I have a tendency to want to be right, and not to listen as much. She also encourages that you take that you also do affirmations and then that you take a talk fast. She actually recommends not talking for an hour to 4 hours a day, which is challenging since my jobs involve talking. But I'm actually so excited because on Wednesday I am going to a silent retreat from 2 to 8. So I am very excited about being able to do this as I go through this process. But this also talks about just listening, So it's challenging me to just be aware of my words. She talks about, instead of saying I can't, say I can. I actually say I am choosing to do this. I can, but I am choosing not to, instead of saying, I'm tired, saying I need sleep, instead of saying I have all that I need to get what I want. I know mine is a lot of times the thing I say all the time is I don't have enough time. Well, I've learned this before that, instead say I have all the time in the world to do what I need. And when I say that, magically it feels like I have more time. So this is really challenging me, to be aware. I feel like overall I'm a very compassionate and I'm aware of my, words. But when it really comes down to it, how about my thoughts? So I wanted to share this with you. This was the Sacred Woman Spirit Prayer that I say every morning. Sacred woman in the making, sacred woman reawaken, sacred spirit hold me near, protect me from all harm and fear beneath the stones of life. Direct my steps in the right way as I journey through this vision. Sacred spirit surround me in your most absolute perfect light. Anoint me in your sacred purity, peace, and divine insight. Bless me. Truly bless me as I share this sacred life. Teach me, sacred spirit, to be in tune with the universe. Teach me how to heal with the inner and outer elements of air, fire, water, and earth. Isn't that beautiful? And I say that every day. It also talks about, there's another prayer that says, Divine Creator, place words upon my lips that make my voice disperse sacred medicine. Sacred medicine. May my words be lotus blossoms that encourage all souls. Oh my goodness. And that's what I'm really desiring, to be able to do that. Now, I'm not going to say it's easy. It's a challenge, especially if people are irritating you and stuff. She also talks, in here about like essential oils that you can use and crystals that you can use, to help with that. And so I just wanted to share that I'm going to talk about the different things that can support you, because this is all about, the throat, right? Our communication. It's about our throat chakra, our truth system. And are we speaking our truth? Are we being true to ourselves? And how can we do that? And one of the essential oils, other days I'll tell you about more essential oils and herbs and crystals, the medicines of the earth to help us modern day women, so that we can support our throat chakra and to support our true system. One of those is lavender essential oil. And let me tell you, I just rub it right on my throat. And whenever I feel like I'm going to have a challenging conversation with somebody, and that could be just calling like a company to tell them, they charged you, or they overcharged you, or they didn't deliver flowers, which happened to me. So that's a whole nother story. But I want to tell you, in Emotions and Essential Oils, an A to Z Guide by Rebecca Henze, great book, highly recommend it. It says lavender is the oil of communication. It enhances cellular communication, and it also encourages honest communication. So isn't that interesting? Honest communication. Remember, I told you this is our truth system. It helps individuals express their true selves. So, lavender is very calming and soothing to our central nervous system. So I feel like by putting that on, it does calm you, and you can smell the aroma. And I haven't always been a fan of lavender at all. Probably I know what happened when I was doing my bath and body business and I was making products, and all people wanted lavender body butter, lavender candles, lavender soap. And I thought, why? And the more I made these lavender products, the more I actually have a fondness for lavender and now use it. But this is a great oil to remind us to speak our truth and to speak it in a way that does provide that sacred medicine. May our words be like honey to people. Really, I challenge you. I really challenge all of you this week to, one, be aware of your thoughts. Like, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts that are coming on? No judgment, though, because we can be hard on ourselves. So no judgment, just being aware of that and then making a choice to shift those thoughts into something else. So I'm excited about this, and me, I like to share whatever I'm doing because I know that it can be very beneficial to others, and I probably will start some type of group that has some aspects of this, and we can go through these things. I'm looking into doing some things next year, some monthly things with a group of women, so stay tuned for that. But if you have any questions, please post below or PM me. And remember, I am here to support those real life super women, the modern day woman who wants to learn how they can be supported with with food. I'm all about food and healthy food, how they can be supported with food, how they can be supported with essential oils and herbs and crystals. And also mindfulness, so it's like those medicines of the earth plus mindfulness, because when we're mindful, then we will be aware of what our thoughts are and what is coming out of our mouth. And is it going to uplift and encourage someone, or is it going to put them down? And that means also the words that we say to ourselves and the thoughts that we say about ourselves. So again, excellent book. Highly recommend it, Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. And thank you for tuning in. And just wanted to share that journey. And I will be back on sharing other things that can support you and your throat chakra. All right, my friends. Bye-bye. Namaste.